So this is the last of these examples on multiplying polynomials. And there's a couple of different things going on this time. Let's see, we've got 2x minus 3y times 5x plus 8xy minus y. Well, the first thing you'll notice is that there are two variables this time. The last three examples I only used one variable. This time I've got two variables in the mix. And the other thing is, compared to example 3, in example 3 we were multiplying a binomial and a trinomial, but I had written the trinomial first. Here I've written the binomial first. Actually, it doesn't make any difference as to which one you write first. We're going to do it exactly the same way, and the answer will come out exactly the same as well. So we always start by whatever is first, splitting that one up. So this will be 2x here, and then the minus 3y. Give ourselves a little bit more room this time, and you'll see why in a second. So the 2x here and the minus 3y over there. Again, the sign in front of the minus 3y, you've got to include that minus sign. If it's in the original, you have to include it when you split them up. Okay, you multiply each of these parts by the second parentheses. So 5x plus 8xy minus y. And then the minus 3y is multiplied by the same thing, 8xy minus y. So let's do a distribution. And there's really nothing different. We're just going to multiply, in other words, distribute the 2x into everything in the first parentheses, and then do the same thing with the negative 3y. You're going to distribute the negative 3y into the parentheses. And let's do it carefully and slowly. 2 times 5 is 10. X by x. Remember, multiplying the same variables, we add the powers. Now 2x by 8xy. It's plus 2x by plus 8xy. Plus by a plus. That's going to be plus. 2 by 8 is 16. Now x by xy. The x's are the same, so add the powers in the x's. There was a 1 here and a 1 here, so that's x squared, and there's only a single y. And then 2x by negative y. It was plus 2x by negative y. Plus by a minus is minus. 2x by y is just going to be 2xy. Okay, let's move over to the second half of this. Multiplying the second parentheses by negative 3. Negative 3y by 5x. Minus by a plus is minus. 3 5s are 15. X by y. We'll write it xy. Just to keep it in alphabetical order is handy. Negative 3y by plus 8x, and there's something wrong. What have I forgotten? That should be an 8xy. Let me go back and fix that. Put a y in there. Should have been plus 8xy. I beg your pardon. So it's now negative 3y by plus 8xy. Minus by a plus is minus. 3 by 8 is 24. And you have y by xy. Well, there's only a single x in it, but you have y times y, so that will be y squared. So it's negative 24xy squared. And then finally, minus 3y by minus y. Minus by minus is plus. That's going to be 3, and y by y is y squared. Okay, now, it's a little bit complicated looking, but we've got to look for like terms. And if you study this 10x squared, there are no other x squareds. There's one here, but it's combined with a y, so remember, all the variables have to be exactly the same. So this one is x squared y, this one was just x squared. That's no good. So there's no other x squared. There's no other x squared y. We've got an xy and an xy. So these actually, this one and this one, are like terms. Now this one, negative 24xy squared, well, there are no more xy squareds, and this is just a regular y squared. Okay, so we only have these as like terms. So our final answer is going to be 10x squared plus 16x squared y. And then let's just use the orange marker to show that we're combining these two. They're both xy, they're both negatives, the same sign, so add the numbers. 2 and 15 is 17xy. And remember, since we're adding, we don't change the powers on the letters. Okay, we're not changing powers here, we're just adding, which means the letters, the variables stay the same, but we keep the sign. Okay, they had the same sign, so we keep that sign. So it's negative 17xy. And then to finish off, we've got negative 24xy squared plus 3y squared. Okay, and that's it. It takes a little bit longer because of the different variables and because it's a binomial times a trinomial, which makes it a little bit longer. But there you go. Hopefully you'll be able to tackle them all.